Good mythical afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is Mr. Ayala with your first vlog for this year. This is North America's Native Americans. As always, especially when doing these vlogs, make sure you're paying attention, you're writing your notes in the proper style, and that you are actually reviewing your notes when you are done with this. During this vlog, there is a question that either will appear at the end or somewhere in the middle. I would write that down, and please make sure to put it in the proper place in our discussion boards. And as always, sit back, relax, and enjoy this conversation. This is North America's Native Americans by Mr. Ayala. So we're going to start with early Native Americans in North America. Do apologize about that. Just had a quick interruption. Now back to what we were doing. This is the early Native Americans in North America. First one we're going to talk about are the Hohokam. They lived in present-day Arizona. They lived from about 300 CE to about 1300 CE, and they were great irrigators. They used these big, huge channels or trenches to bring water to their crops. It was really neat. Here, down on the bottom, if you notice, that's kind of a picture of their dwellings. They actually lived on the side of mountains. From there, we're going to the Anasazi, which are in what were known as the Four Corners area, which is Utah, Colorado, Arizona, and New Mexico. They were around from about 1 CE to about 1300 CE. And like they built pueblos or structures made of dried brick and stone. They were traders. They traded constantly between the Native Americans on the Pacific coast, the ones further down into Texas, the Aztecs and Mayans in present-day Mexico, and even some of the eastern woodland Native Americans and the Mound Builders. About 1300, what happened was a whole bunch of droughts, a very, very, very bad drought, helped to usher in the Anasazi demise. They had no water to irrigate, so they couldn't build their crops, so they had to flee or they would starve. From there, we have the Mound Builders. They consist of a whole bunch of different tribes. They were around from approximately 800 BCE to about 500 CE. So they're pretty ancient. They've been around for a while. They built these really huge mounds, and we don't really know what they're used for. Some people think that they're burial mounds. Some of them think it's a religious ceremony. Some people think maybe it's a trading area. No one really knows. And from there, the largest mound was named Kyoke, and it was actually in present-day St. Louis. So it was the largest city in North America at that time. A little bit about the people of the north. They live near the Arctic. They're named the Inuit. They built the igloos, which are just little ice caverns, and they also have great fish. They're also very great fishers. And by the way, they also have more than 2 or 3 different words than snow, which is, I think, interesting. But anyway, people of the West Coast. This is the Pacific area. This is a photo right around the turn of the century, between the 19th and 20th centuries. They had many different cultures and many different people, and the area is very favorable for humans. It's a very good place for us to live. Our bodies, our systems, what we eat, work very well in that type of climate. A little bit about the people of the Southwest. These are just in general, yet again. They use adobe or mud bricks to help build structures. Early people, including the Hopi and the Zuni. Later, after the Spanish come and they bring horses and they destroy some, we get people like the Apache and the Navajo that develop. People of the plains were extremely nomadic, as in they like to travel all over the place. They used to just walk because there was no large land animals that you could actually ride prior to the Spanish arrival. And once the horses became wild and the Native Americans figured out that they could tame them, they became essential for their lifestyle. Some examples are the Comanche and the Dakota. Some stuff about the people on the East Coast. They had a woodland climate. They formed complex relationships with each other, including federations. So they would actually have political treaties amongst themselves so that they could learn how to get along and be better at trading and surviving. For example, the Iroquois League, which was founded in the area around 1500 CE. This is the upper New York area. They actually wrote a constitution, and they were organized based on clans. And what's really interesting is that the Articles of Confederation and our Constitution, parts of it came from the Iroquois League and their own constitution that they had. Some stuff about the people of the Southeast. This is like This area, Florida, South Carolina, North Carolina, Georgia, it has a very warm woodland climate. In some places, it's almost subtropical. They include places like people like the Creek, the Chickasaw, and the Cherokee, and they were mostly hunters and farmers. If you look on the right hand on that picture right there, that's kind of what a typical village would look like. They would be on top of these mounds because when the floodwaters would come out, they wanted to make sure their stuff didn't get wet. So they built mounds with their house on top. Freaking awesome. And here's your vlog question. Make sure you put this in the right place. Use proper grammar and hit it with your name. Try to know who to get points. In the comment section below, answer the following question. Describe one Native American group by using one of the 5 themes of geography, which, by the way, we're doing in class. Use information from this blog and outside information to help support your answer. Remember, write your name, appear on your comment to receive credit. And as always, don't forget to be awesome.